Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Great League showcasing another very powerful team featuring Lanturn. Lanturn on my favorite team to run this season in the Great League, none other than team number 3 from my top 5 best teams. We've got Lanturn in the back to trap any Azumarill or Flyers, along with Medicham. Generally the safe swap, I really don't like safe swapping Lanturn in this meta. There are too many grass types, so Medi on the safe swap can serve as a good closer as well. And rounding out the team, none other than Lickitung. Easily the best lead in the entire Great League. It picks up so many solid leads, has strong neutral play all across the board, handles Deoxys quite well. Yeah, whenever a league resets, I always like to go with a team that I'm very comfortable with, just to get a feel for how people are adjusting. And here we go, amazing lead, Sableye, but they safe swap a Gligar. Whenever you see a Gligar safe swap, you have to stay in with Lickitung, guys. We've got Lanturn for Sableye. Lanturn can definitely hold its own against Sableye, but we've got bigger fish to fry here. We have to take out this Gligar. It's not good for our backline, quite, obviously. So we do let that dig go, and we're actually going to end up shielding this Aerial Ace. I don't want Licky to be within one foul play range. I want to put in a little bit of work on the Sableye. So arguably should have maybe just shielded the dig, but I didn't think that I thought that for sure they would try to go back-to-back dig, but that's okay. They were trying to get chip damage for this thing right here, which I had no idea would be in the back. We've got a dirty, disgusting Shadow Vic lurking in the back, and oh my gosh, I'm thinking, oh man, what do I do here? We got the shield. Shields are even. Got to come in with Medi, of course, and shield up this move here. It's going to hit us pretty hard, and I don't want to get Medi too low because I do imagine they're going to try and make a catch here. So we're going to hold on to bank that move, and now we've got Lanturn here on Sableye. It is up a shield, and I'm not too concerned with keeping Lanturn active in this battle here. So we're fine not having any shields to shield up against Sableye. One Surf will do some considerable neutral damage to this Sableye here, and they are shielding, so that's brilliant. We should live another foul play. Perhaps they should have gone for the return, but I do imagine they want to have some residual energy, so that might have been calculated. And we have to keep track of their energy. They've thrown 2 foul plays. The foul play cycle on Sableye is 6-6-5, so they're at 2. They need 3 more. That means we can only throw 2 counters here to get rid of this Sableye. Just as they are getting to their move, we are saying bye-bye to the Sableye, and that Vic is not going to outpace us to an Ice Punch. So had to tap dance a little bit, really keep track of energy, and we are saying bye-bye to that very dirty, disgusting Shadow Vic, courtesy of our Medicham. Oh, you love to see it. This team puts in the work. Good game, well played to them. Oh man, yeah, Team 3 really puts in the work. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys one more time before we go battling, just in case you wanted to see how to play it again. But here we go. Swampert on the lead. Very tricky, as Swampert is about as spammy as it gets. If they want to play out the zeros, we obviously win this, but they generally don't. And if they start throwing up shields, it's just not going to be winnable for Licky. Swampert just outpaces, especially as a Shadow. They only need 2 Hydro Cannons to KO a Licky as the Shadow. And I threw the Body Slam not building up because I just want to get damage and put heavy pressure on the Swampert. We will let this one go here and look to get off this Body Slam and get some damage in on the board here, although the Licks are really putting in work by themselves, and they double shield the Licky. Very interesting. So the only reason they would ever do that is because they likely have a Ghost type in the back. Swampert classically also has a Sableye in the back, generally. Especially seeing them double shield here to control alignment. We're going to bring Licky in here. We do survive a Hydro, no problem. We're going to go for the farm down here on this thing. I'm expecting a Sableye, so we're going to blind swap, and it's not a Sableye. Wrong Ghost type. It's a Trevenant. Oh my goodness. I thought for sure it was a Sableye, but that's okay. The play here now is to just get as much damage in on this Trev as we possibly can. We are going to go for the Thunderbolt here, and we do have an Ice Punch stored. So these resisted sparks have now essentially put this thing within Ice Punch range. So We gotta hope like heck that there is not another ghost type in the back, maybe Swampert double ghost. So I wait for them, I wait a split second to see them throw their attack so that we get this off. We say bye-bye to the Trev. Oh my goodness, we got a Basti in the back. This is over. This is over, my friends. Doesn't matter how low we are on health. There is not a world where Bastiodon wins in this scenario right here. We go for the Psychic. We just shield this up and it is over. So we threw on 10. If you run a 2-turn up against a 3-turn, you'll want to be throwing on 1, 4, 7, or 10. You don't always throw on 10, but on a Pokemon like Bastiodon or even a Azumarill, I'll throw on 10. But for now, we're saying bye-bye to the Basti. Courtesy of Medi, closing the game strong yet again. Holy smokes. That one was looking a bit dicey there for a second, but good game, well played to them. So if you're still looking for a solid team to rack up some wins for Go Battle Weekend, this team might just be for you. But here we go. Steelix, very tricky. Very awkward lead for us. We don't generally win this, but what I generally like to do is let them throw their Breaking Swipe, get some lick damage in, and then swap to clear the debuff, bank the energy, and we draw out a Gligar. So far they're very weak to a Swampert or an Azumarill, but I guess that just does not exist for them. We do have an energy lead, so we throw the Ice Punch. Does quite a bit of double super effective damage, and they're going to throw their move here. They are at back-to-back, and even from a Shadow, this should not KO, so we should... Oh, they CMP, they throw immediately. They want to control the alignment, that's okay. Gonna let this go, no use shielding this, and gonna come in with Licky, get even further ahead on energy. We now have a Power Whip, fully powered. We have not been debuffed to throw at this Shadow Steelix here, and we grab a shield. That is brilliant. Gonna let them throw one of these Breaking Swipes again, and then we are gonna swap out again, basically negating those efforts as it does very little damage. We're now in here on our Lanturn, and they're staying in a little bit. We don't get 1-turn bring in, which is very unfortunate for them, because they should have been able to get to their move 1 turn before we got to that Surf. So very unfortunate for them. For forcing a shield that they may not have shielded, but they may have. So I don't know how consequential that was. And now we are now staring at a Deoxys. So very interesting line. Steelix, Gligar, Deoxys. Very interesting. Gonna go for this Surf here. What we want to do is stall here. So we throw that to burn the clock a little bit. We want to stay healthy as well, so we're going to start shielding. We have yet to shield anything thus far. They do go for the Thunderbolt, not wanting to debuff. So now we bank that energy, clear the debuff. Now we're back in on our Licky. They can go Psycho Boost all they want. It's not going to KO, and we will get off this Body Slam here. This, of course, is not going to KO either, but it will be getting the DD relatively low within the red. And they do get a farm down. They are now severely compromised. They swap to clear their debuff. Back into that Steelix, but we thought ahead. We've got loaded energy. The Surf does big damage, doesn't quite KO, but can we get this? We get the Spark down. Holy smokes, on a ground type. Oh, Lanturn comes in super clutch. The DD has no shields. Oh man, we're saying bye-bye to the DD. Lanturn, holy smokes, putting in the work. Again, had to employ some tactical maneuvering, but we got it done. Good game, well played to them. So Team 3 with the Licky lead variation. Very flexible, very powerful in the Great League. And here we go. Medicham lead, slightly negative. We do win this in the 0s and in the 2s. But if Medi wants to play out the 1s, they will take it. So we're going to get off this Body Slam here pretty early and see what they want to do. Do they want to play out the 0s? Do we maybe want to shield? Looks like they are not looking to shield just yet. That's okay. Gonna let this go. I generally play out the 0s on a Medi lead with Team 3 here. We do survive that Psychic. They pivot into a Steelix, and now we will align our Medicham onto the Steelix here, of course. It's not generally good for Lanturn when shields are up. Yeah, here we go. We're pretty good. They have debuffed us, and we're going to throw on 4 here. Again, if you run a 2-turn fast move and you're up against a 3-turn fast move like Dragon Tail, you'll want to be throwing on 1, 4, 7, or 10. And they shield, so we will shield as well. This can get a bit dicey with the Shadow Steelix here as they slowly but surely whittle away at our attack stat. Going to go for another Ice Punch here. Not likely they shield this, as they do survive. And we have been thoroughly compromised on our attack stat. That counter just doesn't KO, and we're just not willing to shield, unfortunately. So Steelix does take this in the ones. That is insane. That's the power of Steelix in the Great League. But we come in with our Lanturn, get a resisted Spark in to take out that Steelix. And they've got a Basti in the back. So it was a Medi double steal. But rather than the G-Fisk, the classic Galarian Stunfisk, they chose to go with Steelix. I don't know how I feel about that. I think that just makes the team a lot weaker to an Azu lead. But we bank a little bit of energy. Want to pressure this Basti here. We're still in a really good spot. I was maybe hoping to entice them to swap out, but they don't fall for it, and that's okay. They let the Power Whip go. We knew we had that. And now we're going to put intense pressure on that final shield, grabbing it with the Surf. And I know that Medi has energy, and Medi's going to hit us a lot harder than this Basti will hit us, so we will let this go and look to load up here, waiting for the catch. There's the catch attempt there. Does not work out for them. This is just an Ice Punch, so we shield this. That would KO, and now we just get to back-to-back Surfs, and this is over. So yeah, Team 3 racks up the wins, guys. Holy smokes, puts in the work. We say bye-bye to the Medi. And we got another Surf locked and loaded for this Bastiodon here, which will definitely get the KO, secure the victory. Lanturn with back-to-back closes. Holy smokes, puts in the work in the back. Good game, well played to them. Yeah, guys, if you can dodge and avoid any grass types in the Great League, Lanturn can put in work in the back. And here we go, beautiful lead, and we made a catastrophic mistake. Oh my goodness. Oh, I should have brought in Lanturn here, but I was thinking, we had a Jelly on our Licky lead. I was thinking, okay, Medi's going to be the worst up against that, so whatever they bring in, I'm bringing Medi, because Medi has a very good matchups across the board, so I want to just demonstrate how exercising a little bit of patience in Pokemon Go Battle League can go a long way. You don't want to get too far ahead of yourself, because you end up in situations like this, which are not all that favorable. But we do successfully call Avalanche bait. So they're giving us a shot here, and I figured maybe I should play out the ones and try and flip switch, but they give up both shields, so we're okay. It's really going to come down to what they have in the back. ABA Ghost, I have no clue. What I do know is that they were at back-to-back avalanches. We tank one on Licky, and we catch the next one onto Lanturn, trying to make something happen, and it's a Scrafty, so holy smokes. If you can imagine how tilted I was, how frustrated I was with myself for not exercising a tad bit of patience, we could have won this. This was easy. Easy. All we had to do was just react with the Lanturn onto the Frostlass, as Lanturn has a very good matchup against Frostlass, and we would have been absolutely fine, but yeah, we zigged when we should have zagged. This is just a learning, an opportunity to show that, guys, yeah, just exercise a little bit of patience. Just wait a fraction of a second to give yourself a little bit of time to react appropriately. And yeah, we would have had Medi on that Scrafty. We had Lanturn and Licky for the Jelly. We should have brought the Lanturn onto this Frostlass. They throw it back in, but that just gives us additional farm, but those Powder Snows did not help us one bit, and that was likely calculated by them just to get us within double Surf range. So we're going to get off this Power Whip. It's going to do big damage, but we're just not going to outpace two Surfs. As bulky as we are, two Surfs, I do believe, will get the job done. Yeah, not going to happen. And that hit a lot harder than I was expecting. Holy smokes. What is this, a hundo? Oh my goodness. Oh, I was so frustrated. Oh, man, we threw this one. We zigged when we should have zagged, guys. But again, learn from my bonehead mistakes. Exercise a fraction of a second of patience, and things can go very well for you. But good game, well played to them. Oh, man, I was so frustrated with myself on that last one. But we press on. Here we go. Medi lead yet again. We win this in the zeros. I always play out the zeros with the Medicham. If we grab a shield in the process, even better for us. So, gonna go for the body slam here just as they are getting to their potential psychic, and they let it go. Brilliant. So now we let this go again. We play out the zeros. If they want to hold on to alignment, they're going to have to give up a shield. So we do survive that psychic, no problem. And we will outpace here. Just going to throw here and see what this Medi will want to do here. Do they want to give up switch? They do. That's brilliant. We control alignment. We'll take that. And we see why they wanted to get an aggressive double resisted farm down with their own Licky lurking in the back. So they led Medi. They've got Licky here in the back. So now what we're going to do is bring in our own Medi, of course. I'm not going to bring a Lanturn in onto a loaded Licky. You're just asking for trouble there. So we got a body slam and got some chip damage in, so this should be pretty straightforward here. Gonna let them throw their 2 body slams here, and then we will look to counter them within psychic range. And then Lanturn should be okay, provided they don't have a grass type or perhaps a Gligar in the back. That would be trouble. So we go for the psychic because Ice Punch is not gonna get the job done. Oh, they've got their own Lanturn! Oh my goodness! Shouts to them checking out the channel, but they may not be in the Discord, guys. If you're not a part of my Discord, you'll definitely want to join because you would know that I made the suggestion very early on this season that if you want to run team number 3, you should run it as I'm running it here with the Licky lead variation. They're running the original recommendation with the Medi lead variation, which is fine. But if you run it the way I am, you're going to have a lot more success in this meta. So this is just a 50-50 call game. They're going straight surf on us. We called one and we shielded the next, thinking that maybe they would go for the Thunderbolt. We went Thunderbolt first and then we baited, they're thinking that we're just going to go straight Thunderbolt. We're not doing that. And we shield another surf bait, but it is all over now. Calling a bait is what won this game for us here. We land this Thunderbolt. Doesn't quite KO. They survive with 1 or 2 HP, and that is okay because they will go down to a counter. And they just undercharged it. So definitely join the Discord. Link in the description. Always free and a lot of fun in there with us. So good game, well played to them. Again, guys, if you're not a part of my Discord, link in the description. It's always free and always a fun time. Come by and say hi. And here we go. Haxorus lead. Very interesting. And they made the conscious decision to not go with counter. Holy smokes. That is a wild choice there, I will say. I'm not sure what they're cooking up with their team here with their Dragon Tail Haxorus on the lead, but we're going to just look to get off a body slam. We have been debuffed, so it does less damage, but you would never know with how squishy Haxorus is. So they pivot into a double. Going to align Medi here onto this double. And this is pretty straightforward. Double does not have a prayer up against Medicham. So we'll see what they want to do here. We probably should. Yeah, we're going to have to throw a move because another body slam would KO. So we're just going to throw on 4 here just as they are getting to their 3rd body slam. And they should let this go, but they don't. They shield, so we're going to control alignment because Lanturn wants nothing to do with any dragon in any meta ever. Dragons and grass types are the nightmare of Lanturn. So we trade shields unnecessarily so because that was not flippable for them. And they've got a Licky in the bag. So we are absolutely loaded. Going to go for the Psychic here. And they shield the Licky. That is very interesting. And we get way too greedy. Oh, man, that was wishful thinking that we could get to another Psychic, but we should be okay. We come in with Licky and they pivot back into their Haxorus, so we're just going to get rid of this thing here. Another body slam takes them out. That is a major obstacle out of the way for our Lanturn, and they're going to have to throw their energy. And we are going to preserve the shield for Lanturn, because Lanturn up a shield can take care of Licky, no problem. They do throw immediately, not wanting to take any damage. They're likely reading that we're weak to Licky in the back, but with a shield, not so much. We're fine. That's why we preserve the shield. And this is just about nighty-night sleep tight for our opponent. Unfortunate for them. We land the Thunderbolt, and we can easily spark down here at this point. So yeah, they do recognize not trending in the right direction and top left. Good game, well played to them. Yeah, guys, Team 3 putting in the work as per usual. A very, very strong and flexible team. And here we go. Alolan Ninetales, not running the recommended Ember. If you run a Shadow, you'll want to be running Ember if you can. But not everyone has the Elite TMs to do that. That's okay. I wasn't sure about this matchup here. I know that with Ember, we pace at the same pace, and they go for a Scorching Sands. I think unless Scorching Sands or unless Weather Ball is resisted, you should probably be going Weather Ball, but I don't know what's going on with this team. We're just going to swap into Medi. Have no idea what they could have in the back. Very unconventional lead with Kanto Ninetales. They have their own Medi. We are well ahead on energy. So going to throw this Psychic here. Not likely they shield. They don't. And we're just going to look to get to an Ice Punch. And we lose CMP tie. Holy smokes. What do they have, a Medi Killer? Oh my goodness, not often we lose CMP tie, but that's okay. You can't win all CMP ties. There are still many more benefits to a rank 3 or rank 4 Medi other than winning CMP tie in the mirror. But we are back in on our Licky here. And I'm going to throw the Body Slam, get rid of the Medi, don't take too much counter damage, and yeah, I don't know what's coming at me here. Oh, it's a Ferrothorn. Oh my goodness. What a very unconventional team here, and we are in a tough spot because we've got a Lanturn in the back. This is getting very tricky here. Oh man, I'm just determined to not get spiced on here. Holy smokes. We're going to let this go. And look to get off another Body Slam, get as many of these licks in as we can. And I'm just flustered, if you probably haven't noticed, we're not throwing with the best timing either. Something I have to work on, not getting flustered by unconventional teams. They do bullet seed us all the way down, and now our back is up against the wall here. Shields are still even. Gonna let this go. They go Thunder. Holy smokes, they're giving us a shot here. You never go Thunder on a water type like Lanturn, guys. That actually did less damage than a Power Whip would have done. Oh, they made a massive misplay there. And they pivot back into the K9. Gonna throw this Surf just to get rid of this thing because I know from experience, a Scorching Sands from a Shadow will one-shot from this range. I ran Shadow K9 with Scorching Sands earlier this season. Not the best timing, but I want to get rid of this thing. And now our hope is to spark this thing down with resisted sparks. Come on, Lanturn. And oh, we get the spark down. Oh my goodness, Lanturn putting the team on its back. Oh my gosh. That was a wild team to be faced up against, but yeah, I was determined, not getting spiced on today, and we got that one done in the end. So yeah, Team 3 puts in the work, guys. Yeah, my favorite team for this season, easily my favorite team. And I wanted to run it again because when leagues reset, I like to go with a team that I'm comfortable with, just to get a feel for how people are adjusting to the meta and get an idea, get my bearings. So yeah, this gives me another chance to demonstrate the team one more time before Go Battle weekend. So yeah, Team 3, the Licky lead variation, about as good as it gets. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.